Bustin' makes me feel good.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Harambe's Bauble, a Magic the Gathering podcast. I'm Will. I'm here per usual with my man DC. Got Gilly making her guest appearance, and this is episode 20.
20. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Yeah. Oh, I just thought of one. We were
Okay.
struggling coming up with a pun for 20, but a nat 20, if you will. Not a dirty 20, a nat 20. I just rolled it on my dice. And actually, it's good timing because I am DMing my first D&D game this Friday.
It's Friday.
So no Magic this week, unfortunately, but for a good reason.
Yeah, you looking forward to it?
Dude, yeah. I'm kind of nervous just because I've never done anything like this before. Like, DMing's, it's a lot of work. Like, it's a lot of work you got to put in before,
Yeah.
And I just want it to be fun for everybody. So I hope I did a good job.
I'm sure you did, man. I'm sure it'll be fun.
Yeah.
And you got a good group of guys playing with you, too. So it's not like it'll be...
For sure.
I don't know.
3 dudes in our pod are actually playing in it. So I tried to get you to play. Actually, 4 dudes, because Ian as well. I forgot. Yeah.
Okay.
So 4 out of the 5 people actually play in
everyone
our pod.
but me.
Literally everyone but you.
Now I feel like a friend. Okay. Well, no, I hope it goes well, though. Hope it goes well.
Thank you. Yeah, we actually did get in some games, though.
You did.
What, Sunday? We had to move it to Sunday.
Yeah. The Ghoul.
The Ghoul made his debut.
Came out swinging.
It did. He didn't win, unfortunately, but he tried his darndest.
Yeah, it was cool, man. I like seeing that. It was because, I mean, we have a few aristocrat life lost, life gain decks in our pod, and Dan with vampires. I have rats now. Had Chatterfang, but
right.
I thought the thing that was really cool about this was it was like your graveyard was it was like a second hand for you because there's so many zombies that can just get cast right from the graveyard and come back. I thought that was a really cool take on just that aristocrat theme.
Yeah, Gravecrawler's pretty mean and enables a lot of crazy things to happen. Hi, Gills. So, he didn't win. I almost infinited twice because of Gravecrawler, Warren Soul Trader, and then I actually could have infinited again that turn, but I didn't realize that the Ghoul could actually create me treasure tokens every time that I give myself rads. Because again, I'm playing this deck for the first time. It happens to the best of us. Yeah. And I was like, this didn't dawn on me until after I passed my turn. I was like, oh, I could have just won anyway. Because I could have just redone it with the Ghoul, with Gravecrawler ETBing over and over. So,
well, next time, lesson learned. It is cool that he makes treasures because that's one thing with the rats that I've been struggling with is just mana, inconsistent mana production. So it's cool that mono black encourages the normal mono black shenanigans, but then he also gives you some ramp.
Yeah.
Super useful.
Yeah. And like I said, a combo enabler as well. I mean, it sucks you give yourself rads to a certain extent. You don't want to give yourself like 30 rads in a turn and then pass priority and come back around and mill 30 cards. But I don't know. It was fun. It was different for me, Yeah. I've never done that kind of graveyard interaction before. I was never into dredge or anything like that back in the day. I just never really thought about doing it. And so I took the plunge and I had a good time. I'm excited I think I've got it as tuned as I can get it outside of maybe like, a few crazy additions that I just don't want to spend the money on.
Yeah.
I think it's about where I'm going to keep it until like new sets come out and I add stuff to it type deal. So
that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did pretty well for the first time for sure.
Yeah. We got bit by the long arm of the Mindskinner.
That was a nasty card.
Especially when you start out with Leyline Axe.
Yeah, dude. What are the odds? And then he had Lightning Greaves, like a couple turns later that he was able to.
Yeah, but the killer for me, and I didn't even target his Leyline Axe or the Mindskinner because he had that stupid graveyard hate card, that artifact, where no cards could be played from graveyards.
Yeah. Which is unfortunate for
killed Ian because Ian was playing the spacecraft landfill deck.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, we got to, for both of our sakes, I was like, I'm getting rid of this artifact for us. When realistically, I probably should have gotten rid of Leyline Axe because we were milling 22 cards a turn.
Yeah. It's hard to win when you're milling over a fifth of your deck. And the fact that, because I remember that card when we drafted. I don't remember if it was like Foundations or what the set was when it came out. I think it might have been Foundations.
I think it's House of Horrors.
Duskmourn. Yeah. Okay. So I remember like vaguely someone drafted that when we did the draft, but I didn't remember that it was unblockable, which is already kind of gnarly. But then two, that the milling happens to each opponent.
Yeah,
I thought it was just whoever he dealt damage to. So it was kind of funny because I was thinking the whole time like, okay, it'll just be one person milling at a time. That's why I was like, hey, Sam, go ahead, play your deck. That's fine.
But it's everybody.
Immediately regretted. Yeah, that was a tough deck to go against, man.
It was. And then the second game, that game, I didn't. I mean, I don't even know. None of us really had a chance to win, except outside of Sam got down to like 8 life or something, and we maybe had an outside chance to just kill him straight up. But at that point, we had like 7 cards in our deck apiece.
Yeah.
So there wasn't much hope of anything happening there. So he won that one, and we played game 2, and he brought out Tivit again.
Yeah.
And he stopped me from infiniting twice.
Yeah.
Twice he stopped me from infiniting. Once with what was it? The mass
Cyclonic Rift?
Cyclonic Rift,
Overload? Yeah.
Yeah, Cyclonic Rift with Overload. So that sucked. And then he just countered me straight up from casting what I needed to cast, I think, the second time, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
And then with that deck, it's always just like a waiting game because the infinite turns is coming. It's just like a matter of, can you beat him before?
Yeah, you got Tom Siv out and it was over.
Yeah. Yeah.
So shouts out Sam, man. He had a good Sunday.
He redeemed himself after the last week. I think he came back with a vengeance just because of that. Yeah.
Hell Eyes and Goblins did work, and it was Sam's turn to get the glory this time. Yeah, I feel like Toph, like you had that crazy thing going on with, because you played Toph both games.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you had that crazy thing going on with the indestructible land that you just kept throwing counters on. It was like getting impossible to deal with.
Had the Colonian Hydra, which is kind of fun. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's, Toph is getting there. It's getting more refined. I think the problem with it is like, because earthbending is just inherently so slow.
Yeah.
There's only like so intense that deck, like it can't quite match the intensity of like a Mindskinner that has Leyline Axe, where it's like, all right, you got 5 turns. It's kind of like when the clock's ticking that fast, it struggles unless I can get some removal, which I don't have a whole lot of in that deck right now. So
might look into like some game enders like Crater Hoof Behemoth or something like that.
Yeah, that could be good too, for sure. Yeah, I may have picked up a copy of Farewell because I was feeling salty, and I was like, you know what, get some extra removal.
I mean, it's probably flirting with bracket 3 anyway, just from a like build standpoint. So
yeah, I think it's definitely like a either high end 2 or low end 3, just depending on kind of what I can get.
Yeah,
but I'm okay with that, honestly. It's one of those decks where it's like it's just so fun to play.
Yeah,
that at the end of the day, like if I lose, I'm not necessarily mad because it's just for me, it's fun. It's just a fun deck to play. So
no, for sure. And that's how I felt about the Ghoul too. I just had fun playing in my graveyard and like not really caring that much about what everybody else was doing.
Yeah,
just kind of doing my own thing, and whatever happens.
Yeah,
and it's like I said, it's unique for me. Something I've not really done before.
The Mindskinner, though, man, it got me thinking about, because I was trying after that game. I mean, I think we were all 3 a little salty.
Yeah, anytime you get decked out, you're a little salty.
A little salty, and it kind of like brought back this thing that I had mentioned like back in one of our earlier episodes, and it's still an underdeveloped thought. Like I haven't really thought this through all the way of like why I feel this way, but maybe it's something we can develop talking it out and together. But the idea of like when you're making a casual deck, and I'm thinking casual here, like bracket 2-3, somewhere in there, that like there's that extra challenge, in my opinion. You don't have to agree with me, but in my opinion, of the extra challenge of not just making a deck that wins, but a deck that people are okay losing to.
Okay, yeah.
And I just thought about that when we were playing that Mindskinner deck, and I was thinking about this the last couple of days, like why did I feel so salty about that? Like what was it about that just like set me off the wrong way? And I still don't ultimately know, other than maybe I just was irritated. But like I feel like there's the more that I thought about it, the more I was kind of realizing it's like there's almost like a certain level of saltiness where when you cross that threshold, the table turns against you.
Yeah.
And it stops being a 4-for-all and it becomes a 3v1, which, you know, maybe some people like that. Maybe some people don't. A lot of times people don't. They're like, why am I getting targeted? Why is everyone coming for me? But I feel like there's even like more of a layer beyond that where it's salty to the point where people stop caring if they win and they just want you to lose.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was reaching that point where it was like, all right, if you want to play that deck again, I'm going to bring out Omnith or Tifa or something that I know can stop it.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's like a dangerous snowball effect of like playing decks just to counter someone else's.
No, I feel that, but that's why I think I like my house rule that we discussed, where you ultimately decide whoever rolls and goes first gets to decide what deck they're playing last, right? Or I'm sorry, first. They get to decide what deck they're playing first. That way, the table can, decide what they want to play. And I think I like just having more parity in general. So like when it's the first game, you decide what bracket are we playing, right? The person who rolls first, who gets first.
Mm-hmm.
And so, honestly, I think it mostly boils down to brackets need to still be refined a little better.
Yeah.
Because there is a salt factor. I mean, because nowhere in the bracket system does it mention anything about mass deck denial. And that's, people get mad when they can't play their cards.
Yeah.
And I think there's definitely a high salt for milling, and there's easy ways to do it.
Yeah.
And you could do it, be considered bracket too.
And it's kind of like also what I was mentioning before, but I don't know if there's like a specific metric to capture it of like intensity.
Yeah.
Where like some decks just have a certain intensity behind them where it's like, unless you're ready to match that intensity, it can be a rough game. But no, I agree with you though, where I think the brackets I think especially either between 2 and 3 or 3 and 4, I feel like there has to either be another bracket added or because there's such a huge difference between a good 3 and a low 3.
Yeah.
And so I think sometimes when we're like, hey, let's play bracket 3, we still see this huge range of like what that means to be bracket 3. Which, sometimes we'll have decks where they all kind of match fairly well, and other times we get our mind skinned.
Yeah. But, and to Sam's point, and, the point last week with allies, it's kind of the perfect storm of things.
Yeah.
We didn't really have a lot of removal in our hands, and that hurt. And I run quite a bit because I'm black. I just didn't hit it. And I even tutored. I diabolic tutored for a piece of removal to get rid of his artifact. Like, that's how down bad we were. Yeah. And like last week, allies popped off, but it was a perfect storm of things, right?
Yeah.
There was not mass removal. Like, he started with Leyline Axe in his hand.
Yeah, it's like, what are the odds of
I'd like to see it again.
And Lightning Greaves, like both of those just back to back. Like, what are the odds? For sure.
I'd like to see it perform again. And if it does it again in like a different way, but still quick like that, then we're like, all right, this is a high 3.
Yeah.
Like, this is a hardcore 3.
I did like the idea that you had though, of I feel like next time we play, we should totally get like one of those spin like life things, but keep track of how many turns.
Oh yeah.
Just to like start tracking that a little bit more.
Yeah, that's something we've not really done before, is track like turns, like how many turns games have gone. But I think that's important knowledge to know for honestly our own decks.
Yeah.
Just to feel like, how fast does this deck actually go?
Right.
And that might be a better indicator of the bracket system, is like, how fast are you getting this game over with? Like, how fast are you trying to get this game over with?
Yeah.
Because 3 is a huge range. You could go turn 5 and it'll be over, depending on what you draw. Or or it could be turn 30.
Right. Yeah. No, that's true. It would be good to have like that extra piece of data for sure.
Let's do that.
So
I think we're going to
shout out to Sam. I'm not mad anymore. I've gotten over it. We're fine. But no, it was a good deck. It was a really good deck.
Yeah, Sam's
and I will say, like, if I'm going to die by milling, I'd rather go out that way than like
a slow, painful
like milling 2 and 3 at a time and just hating life.
You mean like Rads?
So, well, those weren't too terrible though.
No, Rads is. I feel like Rads. There's like no salt to Rads because you end up losing them anyway. Like if you discard a non-land, or if you discard a non-land permanent, then you remove the Rad counter. Yeah, you lose a life, but what's a single life? Like the most I was given was like maybe 2 or 3 a turn. Like, and it wasn't to across the board; it was to a single opponent.
Right. So, it wasn't like a Mothman like flooding out Rad counters.
Yeah. Really, the Rads, I think, with that deck, really intended for me to get
you. Yeah. Which is cool, I think. I mean, because it's like that self-mill, but then you also get the treasures as a bonus of like, all right, you're going to lose maybe a couple life, but you could also get something to cast out of your graveyard. And
I've got a lot of aristocrat stuff, shenanigans, so sacking those treasures triggers too, baby.
Yeah. Next time we should definitely do rats, and we should just do like a mono black Fiesta.
Yeah, Sam's got one for sure. I don't know if Ian or Dan do, but
Dan has the Warhammer.
That's right.
One.
We definitely need to.
So we should do it.
You're the swamp, baby.
You're the swamp.
But yeah, I'm done building decks for a little while for sure.
I feel you there. Dude, I feel you there.
After building literally 3 simultaneously, that was tough. And in the process, I upgraded a couple too. So, like, Ishin has some new toys. So I'm ready to bust that out next time we play.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Bust it on out.
Busting makes me feel good. Yeah. I'm just checking my notes here because, again, normally on the PC, like I got to get used to this in studio thing, in banana studio thing that we got going on. I played a little TMNT over the weekend on Arena, not in person, but I did crack a few TMNT packs. And set's bad, set's not great, but there are some really cool cards. So I'll give it that. There's some really cool cards. Bonus sheet's really good, which talked about on the last pod, but I didn't hit any bonus sheet, unfortunately.
Out of the 6 packs, huh? None?
No bonus sheet out of the 6 packs. No mythic rares out of the 6 packs.
That's kind of wild.
Yeah. Pretty wild.
Yeah.
But, it got me thinking of what, it's been out a while. We've seen all the cards. I've experienced a lot of the cards by playing on Arena. I played Limited. I played the Pick 2. It's not a fun set to draft. I'll just tell you that right now. Basically, if you don't get black-green, you're like, it's not fun. There's just not very many good cards.
Not like well-balanced across the colors.
Black-green, black-blue. Blue's good too, but like red seems really bad and white seems worse.
Okay.
Yeah. But so yeah, what are a couple of, well, first of all, let's just preface this by saying, we were talking about like, what do we think are some of the best cards for Commander out of the set? Just like straight up.
Yeah.
For any multitude of reasons, but I think we both definitely agree that Super Shredder is the best card in the set.
Super Shredder is insane. Yeah.
Incredible card. Honestly, good in a lot of formats. But other than that, there's some really cool stuff, and so I wanted to highlight a couple of those.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll start out with a couple. I actually pulled both of these in my packs, surprisingly, which is really cool. I'll start out with the Ooze. The Ooze is pretty okay. It's only 2 mana for an artifact, and whenever a permanent or whenever a creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it leaves the battlefield, you create a Ooze token or a mutagen token. Is that right? Mutagen token. And then, so mutagen tokens, if you're not keen to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle set, you pay 1, sacrifice it, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. So I immediately put this in Ishin for reasons. Not
Ishin or Titus?
I'm sorry, not Ishin, Titus.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks for correcting me. Okay. Yeah, no, that'd be weird in Ishin. I mean, it wouldn't be bad. Honestly, you could put this in a lot of decks, but
Yeah,
it feels like, like the Ozolith Light, kind of.
I can see that.
Same family.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'll just read the whole thing here now that I have it pulled up. Whenever a creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it leaves the battlefield, create a mutagen token for each 1/1 counter on it. That's pretty dope. And then you can tap it, exile target card from a graveyard, create a mutagen token. So Graveyard Hate seems decent. Just being able to create mutagen tokens by itself for tapping
every turn.
And the fact that it's for each 1/1 counter. Think about, we talk about aristocrats a lot. Think about all the aristocrat triggers that you could get with, like, I don't know, Chatterfang with this thing. Think about all that.
Yeah. I'm thinking about this even with, like, Corvold.
Yeah.
Like, Corvold gets huge.
Yep. Yeah, this is like $7 off the rip already for the rare. Just a rare. Usually you don't see rares pop like this early. I think as people put this in commander decks and see how broken it is, I think it's going to definitely go up in price over time. So get you a copy
Pretty
now.
Good. Pretty good.
I like it a lot. And then my second one, sticking with the aristocrats theme, Ravenous Robots. It's 1 anything and a red. It's an artifact creature robot. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, create a 1/1 colorless robot artifact creature token. You can pay red and tap it. Creature tokens you control gain haste until end of turn. It's a 2/1.
That's cool.
It being a creature doesn't really matter, although it does help get your artifact count up if you need it for, like, Metalcraft or whatever. But man, I honestly might put this in Brea. All the artifact stuff I cast, making sack outlets for, Carrot Clan on Ironworks or Ashnod's Altar. Seems cool.
Seems very good. And the upside of giving things haste. Your tokens, I mean, you're going to pump out Thopters anyway. So
another one you might want to consider for Corvold.
True. Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah, I enjoy it a lot. I think those two cards are really good. I've actually seen them on a lot of lists. Actually, after I picked them, I was kind of like looking through the content creators list and seeing what was on it, and they were both on most lists. So
I like the art for the ooze too. It kind of looks like a bunch of Squirtles hanging out. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. Yeah, what you got? What are a couple that you love?
Yeah, so there's a couple that were more kind of like artifact themed that I just thought was kind of cool. The first one, Broadcast Takeover, I actually lost to this card over the weekend.
Really?
I was playing with my buddy Michael, and so Broadcast Takeover, 2 generic and 3 red. It's a sorcery, gain control of all artifacts your opponents control until end of turn. Untap them. They gain haste until end of turn. So obviously, like, this is going to be very situation specific, but if you're going against a deck that has a lot of artifacts, whether it be mana rocks that you could use to just get a huge acceleration boost, or creatures, which happened to me where I was playing Toph and I had 2 indestructible artifact lands that were super buffed, and those were my only creatures. And he took them and swung at me and I was dead. So it was just game over. But I don't know. I love the idea of just stealing all of the artifacts, whether it's, creatures or non-creatures.
Or treasure tokens or anything.
Anything. And just having a super explosive turn just out of nowhere.
Obviously, your opponent would probably sack those in response, but, making them do that too could be
really helpful.
Yeah.
For sure. Or if we're playing against Sam's Tivit and I go, you know what? I don't want you to have all these clues and everything.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It might be kind of niche, but I just liked there were a couple like artifact synergy cards that I just thought were kind of cool. And
I've seen this on a lot of lists for sure. Yeah, it's a good card.
And the other one is Krang Utrum Overlord. This one's actually insane.
It's bonkers.
This is nuts. My first thought when I saw this was an Urza deck of just having a bunch of constructs, and now all of a sudden, you know what? It's GG's. So Krang is a 9 generic, and he's a 9/9 with flying 9/9/9 for flying, trample, indestructible haste. Other artifact creatures you control have flying, trample, indestructible haste.
Hello, Brea.
Good game. it's over. I mean, it's insane. And I love the full art version of it, which is of course like $200.
Yeah, of course.
But I mean, there's a lot of decks. I mean, Artifact. I don't know if tribal is really the right word because it's like a super type, but Artifact themed decks are such like a classic archetype.
For sure.
There's so many decks that could benefit from having this
with the walls of bossing, so
Hoo-wee.
So you're just kind of invulnerable, at least outside of a farewell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 9 mana, but I mean, artifact synergies have so many. What is that, like improvise, where your artifact spells can cost 1 less for tapping artifacts? I mean, there's a lot of ways that you could cheat this out. I mean, even what's that guy that you have? Master Transmuter.
Yeah.
Boom. You know, turn 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, throw a Swiftfoot Boots on Master Transmuter, give it haste.
Yeah.
Tap that baby and get this out. All right, see y'all.
Bye. So, yeah, kind of cool. I'm with you where it's kind of like there's a few cards in here that just really stand out to me, but a lot of them that I've seen is kind of like, you know, I like the art just from like a fan of being a fan of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but it's not like a mind-blowing set of like Final Fantasy or even Avatar.
Yeah, Avatar is way better set. Avatar, probably the best functionally Universes Beyond set.
They did a great job with that, which makes me wonder, like, if it's different teams that work on these different sets. I don't know, but whatever they did, whatever group of people they had for Avatar, they need to keep that team going because it was.
I mean, Lord of the Rings was great. Don't get me wrong, but Lord of the Rings wasn't in standard either.
True.
So I'm talking specifically for standard, by the way.
And honestly, I love Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is my favorite story of all time, but I would even edge Avatar as being a better set.
It might be, like, honest to God.
It's just so balanced. Like every color, there's something. Well, I guess except for black, there's not a whole lot of black.
Yeah, black's not the best for sure, but you know, like, man, all the cool mechanics like earth bending, water bending.
Yeah,
not really fire bending, but
some stuff though.
Some stuff is cool.
Some stuff is kind of cool.
Sozin's Comet, pretty dope.
Yeah,
to just throw that out there in a fire bending deck or any kind of like red deck.
And if you can preserve that red mana,
like with Electro
or something,
yeah. But yeah, it's like I said, I drafted it some this weekend. Was not a huge fan. It was the pick 2 draft thing because it's such a small set. They have to do it that way, I guess. Like they even did that at local game stores.
So what is the pick 2? I don't know what that means.
You literally just, you know how when you draft, you pick 1 card and pass it. You pick 2 cards and pass it. It's only with players of 4 or 2. You only sit with a table of 4.
Interesting.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weird. Not the best. Yeah. It's hard to build good decks out of this set, like from Limited, to be honest. Yeah. But oh well. Like you said, the art and stuff's really cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I still every now and then look at the commander's plate where it's just all pizza and it's just so silly.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, I'm so excited for, I don't know when it comes out. I forget when. It's like mid this month. It should be like next week, I think. The pizza box. The pizza collector box or whatever. I'm so excited to get that.
You got one of those, didn't you?
Well, I'm going to. Yeah, I've got one on order. So
I tried, man. I tried to go pick up a pre-release. I had all the intentions in the world. I took Friday afternoon off. Was driving by Game Shop. I was like, you know what? Because you've been doing so much content lately, pack opening. I was like, all right, I got to like equalize to some extent. Went to Monster Games. Must have caught them on their lunch hour. They were gone.
Yeah.
So I kind of drive home, like from there on the way home, I kind of like girl math myself into like, well, I was going to spend this $40 anyway, so I might as well buy some singles.
Honestly, you made the right decision price wise.
Yeah.
You really did.
Was able to pick up finally 2 cards for Toph that were like the Jumpstart exclusives that really wanted, but they're just overpriced. And just had to bite the bullet, but it'll be worth it. I mean,
for sure, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Toph definitely seems to be your pet deck.
It's fun, dude.
Yeah.
It's fun. Like I said, it's one of those that like I go into most games knowing I'm probably not going to win, but I'm going to have fun.
Yeah.
And there's something to that, you know?
For sure.
Not that I don't like to win. Of course, obviously I like to win too, but just knowing that like it doesn't matter what gets thrown at me. I'm making lands creatures.
That's kind of how I feel with Yishin, man. Like, I'm not really worried about. I'm just going to attack and have fun. Like, I'm probably not going to win. That deck doesn't win very often, but I'm going to swing till my heart's content.
Yeah. I'm going to give it the college try for sure.
Yeah. Off topic, dude. Have you ever had plantar fasciitis?
Yes.
Bro, I have it in my right foot right now, and it sucks so bad. Like, it hurts. Like, it's just sitting here throbbing. Ugh.
After this, I'll show you. I got this, basically like this sleeve that you can like put in the freezer. Yeah. And you put it over your foot. And because I had it late last year. Yeah. And I had probably about 3 or 4 months where every night I was icing it.
I'm gonna have to ice it.
And it finally got better. But for me, it was because I was just wearing crappy I was wearing Sperry's everywhere, and there's just no support.
Yeah, for me, I am doing things that I did when I was in my early 20s, and I think that's okay, and it's not. Like, I'm not in my early 20s anymore.
You gotta treat your body a little nicer nowadays.
Well, I had plantar fasciitis in college and a little bit in high school, like just enough to be annoying in high school, right? Yeah. But in college, it got pretty bad, and it's just flaring up again. Like, it's just one of those injuries that's real easy to re-injure if you're not careful.
It's not fun, though.
It sucks. It sucks. Well, you know what doesn't suck? Strixhaven.
Segway.
Safeway. What if we were sponsored by Safeway, bro? We don't even have a Safeway around us, but
is that a gas station?
No, Safeway is like a Kroger.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Safeway, don't you know? It's like a
Canadian.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, or Alaska, stuff like that. I don't know. Up that way. Anyway, I digress. There was out of kind of the blue, there was a book, not a book, but a short story, like an excerpt that would have been in a book, so to speak, on the official Magic the Gathering YouTube channel about Strixhaven. It's like 30 some minutes, and it's kind of like a student interaction with a professor type deal. A lot of conversation going back and forth, and I was like loosely listening to it while I finished work today. And there's some cool stuff in there. It reminds you of like the old school Magic the Gathering, whenever they did like set trailers and stuff like that on YouTube that like fed into the lore, you know?
Yeah.
Really, hopefully they lean into that stuff again, because I think what's been lost a lot in the Universes Beyond stuff, as cool as it is, you know, the world building
story
is really cool in like the olden days of Magic.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping Strixhaven gets us back to that. And there's like some clues about reality fracture in this, is what people are thinking.
Okay.
Yeah, because I forget, one of the planeswalkers, they completely change. I think it's Rao. He completely changes colors. He's like black white now instead of red blue, which they haven't really done that very much. Maybe ever. Yeah. Not like that extreme.
Not
like
that
they
drastic.
Might add a different color to the planeswalker, but not a complete flip.
Yeah. Except for, I guess, like maybe, well, I'm not even thinking of planeswalkers, but just like legendary creatures that I know of, where like when Phyrexia took over or whatever, and it corrupted them.
So well, there might be some of that too, because of like there's talks about like using of ink as like a mana source, almost like.
Okay.
At least in like story wise, like there's like some hints at that, like that they're using ink as like a way to cast spells or something like that. So I'm wondering if it's gonna fly off the rails a little bit and have like an alternate cost, kind of like energy or something like that.
Yeah. That'd be kind of cool.
Maybe in reality fracture or something, or maybe even in Strixhaven.
Yeah, which is coming up too. I was just looking, and
we getting there, baby.
April 24th.
Can't wait, man.
Pretty cool.
That's gonna be so fun. I don't even care if it's bad. Like, just take me to that plane again.
Yeah, I want to see some Mystical Archives artwork.
Yeah,
and I'm excited too so my cousin Dalton started building this Iroh, I can never remember, a Grand Lotus maybe deck. It's all about lessons.
Yeah.
And this will be perfect, because I feel like Avatar Avatar was the first set that I saw where it was like there's lessons that were actually viable.
Lessons that aren't terrible.
Yeah. So if they can keep up that momentum with Strixhaven and pump out more lessons, I think that's just cool. Like just expanding different ways for people to play the game.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with playing classic ways, too, but it's just cool that they can kind of keep adding newer ways to play and expanding them.
Yeah, because like we talked about before, in Strixhaven, lessons made you let you have your own little sideboard for lessons only.
Yeah,
which is so cool. And they were all bad though.
Yeah, horrible. But yeah, maybe we'll get some good lessons nowadays. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I'm hoping. Like I said, I'm very optimistic for the set. I love Lorwyn Eclipsed. Like I said, it's submitting itself as one of my favorite sets ever, just from a art and like theme perspective. Let alone like the set's just good. Like there's just so many good cards in it.
So many.
I'm hoping that Strixhaven can flirt with that as well, the success.
It seems like, at least the last couple of in-universe sets. What we had Lorwyn Eclipse, and then before that was Edge of Eternities.
Edge of Eternities, which again, man,
2 back-to-back bangers right there.
Yeah.
So they've come a long way from Aether Drift.
And even yeah, they did.
Thank God.
So
that set sucked.
It's terrible.
Anytime I'm at Target, it's just still boxes and packs. And
remember when we drafted that?
Yeah.
And it was awful.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then also, Tarkir was great too.
So,
yeah.
So 3 in a row.
Really good in-universe stuff. It's almost like it always should have been. Anyway, I digress. Why don't we get to the moment everyone's all been waiting for?
Harambe's hot hits. Oh my God.
Brought to you by Banana Studios.
Brought to you by
Hot Hits.
Miller Lite. This is 4, right? Week 4?
This is number 4 of 5.
Week 4.
So next week will be our last week with at least these commanders. Yeah. It's been fun to hear, what you've picked so far, because a couple of them caught me off guard a little bit.
Yeah.
In a good way. In a good way. And, trying to find a balance of these 5 cards for sure you need to play. Kind of hard sometimes to think about that and boil it down to because there's so many good cards and,
especially weighing the subjectivity, what you just like versus what other people might like. So
right. But I am excited. At the end of this, we are going to make short videos of us showing the cards that we're all revealing here. So that both of us are revealing for each of our decks. So
heck yeah.
Yeah.
You want to get us started this time then?
Sure.
So I want to do a little quick refresher on
quick review. This time I won't fumble it like I did last week because I was about negative 86 hours of sleep. Week 1 was Resplendent Angel. Week 2 was Flare Fortitude. So we got an angel and a protection spell. And then week 3 last week was Valkyrie Harbinger. So, Resplendent Angel and Valkyrie Harbinger kind of similar, but obviously you got to have synergies in your decks. And my synergies are life gains and angel tokens. Just really pumping out angels in general. But, I think, I wanted to go with a little something different since I've already done 2 creatures and an instant spell. Do a little artifact love because your boy loves artifacts. And I'm going with the Wind Crystal.
Okay.
Yeah. The Wind Crystal is 2 anything and 2 white. And white spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. And then if you would gain life, you gain that much life plus 1 instead.
Crazy.
It also has a last ability. I'm sorry. No, you don't gain +1. Let me start over. Sorry, I didn't have it pulled up. Again, not on my PC. Cut me some slack, crowd. White spells you cost 1 less to cast. It's a legendary artifact, by the way. If you would gain life, you gain twice that much life instead. So all those life gains that I get, just a little bit, become a lot right away.
Yeah.
And then you can pay 4 anything and 2 white. Tap it. Creatures you control gain flying and lifelink until end of turn. Now, granted, all my stuff probably has flying anyway, but given all those tokens, lifelink.
Yeah. Gaining double
you
that?
Gain double that.
Mm.
You get this out, you can get this out as early as like turn 3, if even 2, if you hit the right stuff. And making your stuff cost 1 less to cast is good enough by
useful.
itself.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like all these abilities are worth it in and of itself. And then you put all 3 on a card. I feel like all the crystals have been pretty good from Final Fantasy for Commander specifically.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah, and this is my favorite one though. So I think this is the best one out of the crystals, and so I had to give it a shout out. Again, it plays in perfectly with the Resplendent Angel and the Valkyrie Harbinger. So yeah.
And Miku makes colored mana, right? She makes a white.
Yeah, she makes white mana to cast angels only, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
But still kind of nice. I mean, you get a discount and you have her. You might
get big stuff out early.
Yeah.
You pair this with like Pearl Medallion or something like that and a Soul Ring.
Now you're cooking.
Yeah.
I like that, though. Very cool.
Yep. That's my card, and I'm sticking to it.
Well, I'm going to, all right, so I'll go through, I guess, a little recap as well.
Yeah.
So the first week was Mael's Aria, second week was Earthshape, and then last week had Liquid Metal Torque. So I haven't shared any creatures yet, so I figured this week would be a good time to dive into some creatures. And you might think, hey, well, this is an earthbending deck. You're probably going to share an earthbending creature, right? No, I'm not.
Oh.
I'm going to share something different. And this is also one of those that, like, other people, if they're making a Toph the First Metal Bender deck, you might not think this is, like, flavorful or fun. I think it's hilarious every time I play this card. I love it. Kudo, King Among Bears. This card, I've been waiting for a reason to play this card for years. And this deck, it's just, honestly, it works surprisingly well.
Yeah.
So Kudo, King Among Bears, it's a green and a white for a 2/2 legendary creature bear. Other creatures have base power and toughness 2/2 and are bears in addition to their other types.
Layers,
baby. Layers. So, affecting, I guess, what I'm going off memory, but I think layer 4, which is type, and layer 7, which is power toughness, or 6?
Be 6, I believe.
6?
7 is like after effects or whatever. I forget what, like, stay ability or something like that. I don't know.
One of those layers, though, it affects.
I'm pretty sure it's 6.
This is cool for a couple of reasons. I mean, one, unless you're playing another deck that also cares about +1/+1 counter synergies, then it might blow in your face and backfire completely. But if you're not, I mean, one, making all of your opponent's creatures now 2/2 is just really useful.
Yeah.
But then also all of your earth-bended lands now have base stats. Instead of being 0/0s, they're 2/2s. And you wouldn't think it'd be much, but it makes a difference. Like, it really does make a difference.
I mean, say you just earthbend 1, like, they're automatically 3/3s.
Yeah.
Seems okay.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
For sure. So I love this card. For a 2-drop that can mess with everyone else's stuff and buff yours. And I mean, I like having my indestructible lands in there. So just the idea of swinging at somebody with an indestructible artifact land bear is just kind of
land bear pig.
Yeah, exactly. I love it, man.
Yeah, this would be a fun commander just to figure out how to. Yeah.
That was the first time I saw it, actually, was my buddy Andrew used to have a Kudo deck, and I saw it and I was like, I need to get that card eventually. And
it's really good. Yeah.
Here we are all these years later, and it's found a nice home. 66 cents, too. Crazy. You can't beat that.
Oh, yeah. I didn't say the price for the Wind Crystal, but it's under $5. It's like 4 something. So
not bad at all.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We try to go with budget options.
Yeah.
Not trying to break the bank.
Not trying to break the bank.
Especially whenever, you're building 87 decks like I
am. Yeah. That's real.
All those Swiftfoot boots and Soul Rings add up after Arcane Signets.
The amount of money I've spent on Swiftfoot boots and Lightning Greaves.
Dude, because Greaves isn't cheap either. It's like what, $3 or $4 for the worst version you can find.
Yeah. Add in because of course, no seller seems to have everything you want, so you got to pay that other $1.30 or whatever for shipping.
Yeah.
So it's like $5 for it every time you buy it.
I'm still missing 3 cards. I never got them, and I've contacted the seller on a couple of them. They refunded me. So, but The one I've not heard back from, and I still don't have it, and it's for allies. It's a fun little, it's doc or whatever it stuff that you play from exile costs one or two less to cast. It's from the Thunder Junction set.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the bear. He's the Doctor Bear.
Oh, nice. The bear druid.
Yeah. So stuff you airbend, you can just play for free, which seems okay.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but it's not an ally. It's just a utility piece.
Yeah.
But still,
that's the worst when it's like an under $1 card, and then you got to go through the motions again. Of like, all right,
I just don't even want to now. Like, I just don't. And then I've got another TCG player order from TCG Direct that says it shipped, but there's like no tracking information. And they did this before, and then I was like, hey, it says this, and then they just refunded me, didn't even say anything. They literally gave me my money back, and I received the order anyway. Yeah, so I received the order twice because I reordered it thinking, oh, okay, it's not going to get here because they just automatically refunded me. They didn't even ask questions. They just literally did it. I didn't even say like, hey, like this has been a while. I was like, hey, why does it say this? I asked a question, and they're like, refund.
Shut up, kid.
Yeah,
take this other package.
Yeah. So,
oh, that's funny.
Yeah. Sucks waiting on the postman and not like I check every day, and it's just like not happening. It's frustrating.
I had a few people tell me like, oh, you should download the Informed Delivery app, which is like the USPS app where like every day you see a scanned image of all your mail.
Yep.
And now I find myself like checking my mail because it posts at 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So I wake up and that's the first thing I do is I'm like, what am I going to get in the mail today? And then I'm like looking at my order history, like, okay, it's coming from this seller. Like, what card did I order that came from that?
Trying to like triangulate. Like,
yeah, it's like the Hangover, like the math symbols floating around my head and everything.
We have the same thing, but sometimes it doesn't. Like, I guess it gets stuck behind mail sometimes, like cards do, because they're smaller. Like some of the envelopes are, and I'll be like, yeah, I'm not getting this today, and I get it anyway. So, yeah, don't know.
Weird.
Yeah. Well, we're not gonna be able to play this week because of D&D, but I'll still let you guys know how my first session goes for sure.
Yeah. Hope it goes well.
Yeah, I think it will. I definitely think it will. You have anything else, brother? You want to talk about?
Gilly, do you have anything else?
Dude, she is knocked out.
Passed out.
Passed out.
Only took like half the episode.
She had to get on camera. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I guess bye. Well, bye.